Hi, everybody. Welcome to this discussion about practical public relations research. My name is Dr. Debbie Davis, and I will walk you through this today. Don't let the idea of research stress you out. As you know from your professor, research is really important to public relations, but it doesn't have to be overwhelming. In fact, I earned my gray hair as a PR practitioner with more than 20 years of experience. Even though I worked for multiple Fortune 500 companies, research budgets were often limited, and I found that even very simple research could also be very effective. Research allows you to do a couple of things. First, it confidently allows you to answer questions that might be posed by your clients. It can test and clarify your assumptions. It can guide your opportunities for you and your clients. It can also help you form your strategy, monitor its progress, and evaluate its performance. In fact, this is a formal definition of research. So, research is the controlled, objective, and systematic gathering of information for the purpose of describing and understanding. The key words in this definition are controlled, objective, and systematic, and you'll see those as continual themes through the different things that we talk about. So first, we're going to talk about both secondary and primary research, but first let's focus on primary research. So primary research defined is any research that you collect directly. You generate the data. Some types of primary research that kind of fall into this idea of practical research include social media research, simple surveys and polls, content analysis, focus groups, and mystery shoppers. So we'll start with social media because that's something that you might be most comfortable with thinking about. So with social media, there's actually a lot of data that you can easily collect and better understand how effective it is. So why do certain posts get more comments? Do posts with pictures get more engagement? Systematically, you can measure a lot of different things like reach and engagement, impressions, link clicks, comments, and shares. So there's always a great opportunity to do this research yourself, and it's also can be done fairly quickly. Another type of primary research that can be fairly easy to do are surveys and polls. So there's free tools like SurveyMonkey, and there's also tools within social media like Twitter polls, and you can quickly gain some insights. They might not be as scientific as a more formal survey that's done by a research group, but it can be very helpful. The next kind we're going to talk about is content analysis. So, simply a content analysis means that you're measuring how much content you deliver on a topic. So, this might be if your organization is focused on employee retention. You can go and look in their publications, their news pages, their websites, presentations by the CEO, and see how much content has been created about the idea of retention and whether or not you're truly mentioning it enough. And so this can be fairly insightful. Another tool can be focus groups. So a focus group is really a group interview that can be used to gain insights on a specific product, issue, or topic. So often there are predetermined questions and there's a facilitator. So there are plenty of companies that can do this for you, or with some practice, this might be something that you want to tackle on your own. The last kind that we're going to talk about is a mystery shopper. So, a mystery shopper is a way to measure quality of sales and service, job performance, regulatory compliance, or to simply gather specific information about a market or competitors, including products or services. So, again, this would be systematic, going back to our definition, but this would involve perhaps setting up some specific points that you would want to check and have people perhaps call your company and see how long they're put on hold and whether or not they are transferred to the right area. Or if they go into a store, what happens? And by them systematically recording that information and potentially even having more than one, you can gain some really valuable research on what the shopper experiences in an everyday connection with your organization. So next, we're going to talk about secondary research. So secondary research is research that you collect, summarize, and/or synthesize. The data has already been collected, but you potentially may be using it in a new or different way. So there are quite a few types of secondary research. So this includes existing internal research, databases, consumer research, media research, company sources, annual studies, and census data. So we'll tackle existing internal research first because that's often a really easy place to start. And this image kind of exemplifies that because there are probably already pieces of the puzzle that already exist within the company. So it might have been research that was done for market expansion or sales or marketing. And so identifying what already exists within your company may save you both time and money because you're not duplicating the efforts, and you might also find out some really interesting information that way that you may not have thought about. The next area is databases. So there are existing databases that can provide extensive information. While some charge a fee, it's usually more cost efficient than researching on your own. One example is attitudinal research. So if you need to better understand how to get people to adopt a behavior like wearing a sunscreen, this research could help you understand people's desires, goals, interests, and lifestyle choices. The next would be consumer research. So it's similar, but it also goes a little bit further in that it helps you better understand motivations and buying behaviors. So, if you want to better understand how people research and shop and purchase organic foods, consumer research can help you. Often, this is information that you may have to purchase from a research company, or you might find something that comes from a government source like the Food and Drug Administration or the Department of Agriculture. But there's a lot of information out there that already exists that could help you understand those things. The next is media research. So this can help you better understand how people consume media and where they are focusing their attention. If you want to better understand how much video is consumed on a phone, there's already research for that. The Pew Research Center is a free source that provides a lot of great information. You're also able to find information through the Nielsen Company that provides ratings on over-the-air TV and cable shows. So there's a lot of media research that's out there and also that's being conducted by a wide range of people. The next is company sources. So in addition to internal research, there may also be excellent company sources that can help you. So the company might have an archive of annual reports that helps you understand how the workforce within the company has grown since it started. There might be historical files that provide information about the company founder or his philosophy or her philosophy on uh, cu- customer attitudes. So there are a lot of different ways that you can incorporate company sources into your research. The next is annual studies. So annual studies are um, a great resource, and most of them are free. So will your employees believe your CEO if he puts out information about completing voter registration? Probably yes. The 2020 Edelman Trust Barometer that's done every year by Edelman, which is a international PR firm, says so. They have done this extensive trust barometer for years, and there's a lot of great data in there. Um, and this yearly survey is free. It comes out every late winter. So you can get in there and help use that information. Last but not least, census data. So even though it's collected every 10 years, it can be a great resource for you as well. So you can use tools like the interactive population map. You can also clearly define target audiences in a geographic area, or use the county and business demographics interactive map to help you better understand industries and business patterns. So again, like all government data, this is free to use. It's just a matter of getting in and getting comfortable with how to pull up the information. So with that, we'll go from being stressed out to being relaxed. Incorporating simple research into your public relations planning efforts can be easy and cost effective if you just know where to look.